Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-May right through to mid-June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using Gaia chimes to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? And let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their career and their money situation at this time? Can you please show them the way? What can they expect? Now, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and I'm seeing two things. I'm seeing hammer, okay, and I'm also seeing a gavel. Okay, now a hammer can represent spiritually. You are shaping something up. It's been hard work, but it's all coming together. Perhaps there's components or different compartments of whatever it is that you do, and when they come together, they shall make something really strong, like a structure. And I mean, the gavel can indicate some of you are looking at the legalities of something. Perhaps you're doing something that you feel is right for you, or you're having a final say on something. A lot of you could be completing something or maybe finalizing something. It could be that, you know, you have put in for a permit, maybe it gets finalized, or maybe you are going through some sort of training and, you know, it comes to a finalization and actually, you know, suddenly you get a qualification, for example. I mean, some of you, it could be that you're literally working in the legal field. So please apply it to your situation. I feel more than anything that you're working hard, because the hammer tends to mean that something is shaping up nicely for you, but it has been tough, you know, and it required a lot of focus. If you think about hammering something, it does require focus to hit that nail on the head, but also it can be that there has been some changes in your working environment and you've had to be flexible, or there's some sort of restructure going on there as well. Now, my guides asked me to go again, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Okay, so we have the photograph, okay, we have the star, we have the snake, and we have the tree there as well. Now, this can indicate that you are feeling, let's put it this way, you're drained, okay? The star energy in the resistance position, it can indicate that you've been not unmotivated. I feel like you're pushing through and trying to be inspired, but a lot of you are exhausted, so the ideas may not have come to you as easily as they used to. But also, I feel there is this yearning where you may be looking back a little bit nostalgically at your career sector or the way you used to work. And some of you, it's like the good old days, right? It may be very challenging right now, and you may feel it used to be better. Better opportunities, better perks, better bonuses, better benefits, depending on whatever it is that you, you know, work in, of course. And it can indicate that some of you are feeling, you know, that you want to return to something, or you may, I mean, a lot of you have projects on the go right now, so it could be that you're returning to things that you have basically in motion at this time. It's maintaining and sustaining. But a lot of you could be thinking back to a certain genre that you used to work in, or a sector or an area. I mean, a lot of you, there is this energy of feeling unappreciated right now where you're at, and you just feel that things are extra pressure because that star energy is in the resistance position, and it can indicate that there's been a little bit of confusion in your working environment or your industry. So whether you work in a company or whether you work, for yourself, for example, it could be that it's been some testing times there and you still love what you do, but it can indicate that you're contemplating, thinking about something new, or trying to inspire yourself to launch something new, for example, or you just feel like things are oversaturated right now, and it's just, I'm being given the word boredom for some of you. It can be that it's the same old thing, just a different day. Okay, so that's coming through there. We have the King and Queen of Cups there. A lot of you, there's a lot of sacrifice here for the things that you do. Some of you may have been ambitiously working towards something, and even you may have put love on hold for some of you, and you've been working on through, and some of you may be kind of feeling it's time to create space for love. I mean, this is not a love reading, but you do have a couple here in the energy, so it can indicate that you have, the Ace of Cups is showing up here as well. So it can be with the Eight of Cups, some of you, it's like you walked away from love, or it can be that you're about to meet someone new, and it could open up like a whole new working environment for you. I actually feel a new opportunity is coming in because you have the Fool card and the Ace of Cups. This could be something that you have been trying to capture for quite some time. I will address anyone who has currently been out of work, whether you are someone who was made redundant, for example. You may have loved what you did, but perhaps there was some manipulation going on behind the scenes and you were let go, is what I'm seeing there, or there was a very toxic environment for some of you, or even if you just came to the end of a contract or decided that actually you want to course correct and go in a different direction. If you're currently looking for a new opportunity when it comes to work, I can see here with the Hangman, you've waited a long time. You're, learning new skills, or there's a lot of potential here for new knowledge, is what I see. So you could be building in your knowledge. But the Eight of Cups is like if you've walked away from something that was not fulfilling, or you've outgrown in some way, or perhaps you've been forced into a position to walk away from something. The Ace of Cups indicates the universe has got your back. There is a new role coming on in, and it feels like a dream opportunity. Some of you may wonder why you didn't do this before. Move away from whatever it was that you're working on. And, there is a role coming up where you're going to be appreciated, especially if you're working for a company. I feel there's a real family feel to this company, and you're really welcomed with open arms. You fit right in, and you have a lot of skill set that can be nurtured in this industry or this company. I also feel, that snake is representing change there as well. We have the Eight of Wands. You're going to elevate in this company quite quickly, is what I see. I feel you may leave a position and be promoted quite quickly in this role. There could also be like a starting salary or starting kind of title at first, but then you move on and you elevate in this company. And for those of you who are currently working for yourself and you feel that things have been challenging in your industry, things have been really testing, maybe there's been a bit of a lull, or there's some, economic volatility right now, and it can mean that sometimes, especially if you're selling goods or things, it can mean that some people kind of like stop purchasing for a little while. I do see that it will pick up pace. And actually you have a customer or client that comes in here who, through word of mouth, actually speaks about your product or your service, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be something you're selling. It could be a service you provide, or it could be that you're going to notice more activity when it comes to your working environment, and you're going to see that things are heading in a direction that you love right now. Okay, Eight of Cups can indicate that you are doing a bit of soul searching in your industry to kind of like ruminate on new ideas or new approaches. And you could actually be decluttering the tasks or outsourcing some of the tasks or responsibilities that you have. Either you're completing what you start, or it could be that you are delegating, or if you work for yourself, outsourcing different aspects of your career. Like, for example, you could utilize an online PA service, for example, or an accountant, things like that, so that you can free yourself up to get creative or do other things. So these could be things that you're looking at right now. I do see, no matter what you are doing and whatever industry you're in, the Eight of Wands here and the Ace of Cups, it indicates that you are moving towards more fulfillment and success in your career and your industry. So let's get to the cards. We got the photograph. Now, some of you, not all of you, but I am being given this energy of like documenting things in your working environment, especially if there's a bit of a clique, okay? Because we've got two people here, but they're in the resistance position. It almost feels like no matter what you do, it's never good enough. Now, this could be someone in your family unit, perhaps. You know, maybe you have aspirations and desires to do something creative or something that is not like following in the family footsteps, and it can be that you're trying to buck a trend, you know, and for some of you it could literally be photography or something creative. With that Fool card, you could be entering the working environment, training in something or learning about something, but you want to go in a different direction than one that is expected of you. I do see that you follow your own path, because if you follow someone else's expectations, you're always going to feel unfulfilled, okay? Like many years ago, I had someone I knew that was in my life, and their family expected them to follow a career in legal, actually. Strange that we had the gavel coming up. Maybe there's some sort of relevance there. But ultimately, they wanted to be creative. They wanted to do something behind the scenes in film and TV, for example. This person wanted to go a different route. And the family put pressure to follow a career in legal. And of course, they caved into pressure and they went down that path, and that was fine. But then their heart started whispering and saying, you know what, this is not making me happy. You know, you got an Eight of Cups here. Some of you, there's a whisper. Maybe there's something or some aspect of your career that's not making you feel happy, and you feel there's a missing ingredient, and you may go in search of that over the next coming weeks and months. And you know, your heart knows the way, and I feel like you could either do like a second stream of income. It could be that you follow your creative yearnings for some of you and have a serious role that sustains that, but also it could be that you're finally deciding to follow a dream or a passion or launch something that some people may feel is not going to be successful or fulfilling, but I can tell you that it is going to be a raging success, whatever this is for you. For some of you, if you work in a company, this could also be a clique, as I mentioned earlier. Could be that someone is manipulating a situation, or there's a toxic energy here because you have the snake and you have two people here that perhaps, you know, you feel have been very testing. Maybe they single you out in some way, micromanage you. It's almost like they work as a team, or maybe they're even having some sort of relationship in the working environment, and you feel that, you know, they're ganging up on people. What I see here is Eight of Cups. One of them will walk away, and shortly after, the other one will follow, but it almost takes away their power when they're separated, okay? A lot of you are withdrawing from that kind of energy. You're keeping your head down and working really hard, and the measure of your talent and your hard work, diligence, and commitment is actually going to see you supersede them. Like, you're going to move past them. So if there's promotions available or opportunities to step into new roles, they're going to be opened up to you. There feels like there's two roles. If you work in a company, there's two kind of roles. One has greater status than the other in title. I feel the money could be pretty much similar, okay? And I feel one of them is not fulfilling, okay? I feel like you choose the other. So there's going to be two opportunities within a company for you to move into. One feels like a sidestep. The other one feels more of a level up. I feel like, of course, you're going to take the one that you level up in, but I feel you're going to be offered something. So I'll leave that there. But for some of you, the photograph could be that you're a photographer, literally, and it can be that things have been a little bit slow recently. I mean, these are two people, so some of you could be literally a portrait photographer, perhaps, maybe even photographing stars. For some of you, there could be a new gig coming up there where you photograph famous people. Or maybe you have a famous friend who actually introduces you to other famous people, and you could make a business out of photographing people rather. you know, that could be something. It could be literally on the nail or on the nose with that, because we saw the hammer earlier. Well, I did. I wish you could see what I can see in the water. But the photograph is a yearning for better times, okay? And it literally says here, the past memories, the past returning, past influences, familiarity, and nostalgia. So some of you may have already put something in motion right now, and it is about to bear fruit. It's about to be very rewarding for you or help you advance. Now, this could be a connection. Maybe it's people that you know from a long time ago in the industry that you work in. It doesn't have to be creative. It can be in any sector that you work in. So it could be someone you know from your past comes into your present right now and tells you about an opportunity or offers you a lucrative deal there. And I would just say, just be a little bit mindful, because one of these people, because there is two here, but this could be aspects of self or aspects of a person, I would say there's a little bit of jealousy here. So just watch out for that, because we do have the snake there. I feel something's being offered to you, but it could be because you either decline their offer and you go to an even better offer, because I feel like you take the best deal, whatever it is. And whoever you are, I feel like you've got options, and no matter the industry, you've got options. The one you take, it feels like the one you let down or walk away from or disappoint, they're going to be very jealous and bitter about this. Okay, so just be mindful of how you let someone down. Be diplomatic. You know, the more diplomatic you are about this scenario, I feel, you know, the better off you'll be, and you can retain a friendship or an alliance for your future, because it's like, hey, it's business and this is the better opportunity. It could even be that you pitch one against the other and say, look, this other opportunity is offering me this. Can you match that or increase on that? So you could have bargaining power right now, because I'm seeing bargaining chips in the water. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. So that's coming through there as well. Now, for the majority of you, though, who's not connecting to that energy that's coming through, this can indicate that it's the same old thing, just a different day. You're just doing what you got to do, and it just feels like you're on autopilot. It's like you are just doing the chain of command right now, and you may be feeling a little bit suspended in your energy. You know, it's almost like the holding room, because you have the hangman there. So some of you could decide to have some new knowledge or put yourself in a course of learning, upskill in some way, because this is new knowledge. This is you, you know, feeling suspended. It's like you're sacrificing. You know, that's why I'm being given this energy of sacrifice. It could be that you're waiting and taking stock of a situation. There's a familiarity about what you do, but you could be behind the scenes launching a new start, putting your resume out there. The Fool card could also indicate that you're about to launch your own business. For some of you, it could be that you're partnering up in business with somebody as well behind the scenes. Maybe it is a second stream of income for some of you, because, you know, we've got a lot of water energy here, which means you're following your heart on something. And it could be that you're not telling anybody about it at this time, but it's going to be very fulfilling. You're following your heart, and, you know, the Fool card indicates there's a lot of potential here. Now, for some of you who want to stay where you're at, because this can literally be that you're staying in your position right now, but the Fool card can indicate that there's new technology, or there's new approaches or rules or regulations, or it could be that there's new hires coming on in. Now, for some of you, because you are very established at what you do, if you work for a company, there could be a new hire that comes in, and it's like, well, the feeling of their energy is like they know it all. Okay, they're coming in trying to impress, because of course it's a new environment. They're trying to make their stamp, their mark, and at the same time, I feel this person's personality is a little bit testing. Deep down, they're actually a really nice person, but they're trying too hard to impress. And I feel that eventually they will kind of like, how can I put that? They'll start to fit in a little bit more, is what I see here. But I feel like they could be jealous of your knowledge, or they could be envious of your position. And this person, they may coast behind the scenes or try to give you a little bit of a hard time. I hate to give you that message, but just watch out for that. That's not going to resonate with everyone. In fact, I hope it resonates with no one out there. But I just get this energy of someone trying to test you, okay? And I am being given this other kind of energy from this, which is you may actually feel tested by people in high ranking positions, because I feel like there's an opportunity available and they're just kind of like testing you right now to see if you're capable. You're more than capable for this role. Let me just tell you that. But I feel there's a long-term position that has more money attached to it, and it's a golden opportunity, and you are being watched to have this position. It feels like you're being observed at this time. So if you have people that you work with that are superior in their role, maybe they're your boss or CEOs, for example, and if normally they're quite nice people, right? And their personality is easygoing, you get on with them, but suddenly they're a little bit more critical, or they're a little bit more testing than usual. I feel actually they have knowledge behind the scenes that there is a new role coming up, and they could be testing you to see if you're capable, because you may have to deal with some challenging people or clients or things like that. Now, that may not resonate with all of you, but that's something that's coming through there as well. Let's bring this energy back, because the next 6 weeks I feel like you're in a very explorative mood. So whether you are someone who is creative, because a lot of you, this is a very creative card, okay? It can be that you are basically exploring your options, or maybe changing a style or an approach. Some of you may even be a little bit more flexible with your schedule, or try to be. You could have, an opportunity to figure out what works best for you. A lot of you could be working like earlier in the morning as well, getting up early, because the Fool card can be a very early card where it's like you're getting your work out of the way so that the rest of the day you can rest. Especially if you work for yourself, it could be that you're changing a schedule at this time. But the Fool card is eager to get moving on something, and the Hangman indicates a pause. So it could be that, you have a project in motion that has been suspended, or has been delayed, or there's been an obstacle, or you felt a little bit unmotivated to move forward with it. We cannot be inspired every day. Sometimes we can start something and be really excited about it, and the next day we go, okay, I'm not as stoked about it today, so maybe I'm just going to leave it and I'll come back to it. I see a lot of you returning to something that you had put on hold. Now, this could be a task or responsibility, but ultimately you start to move forward on it. But I do see it being sporadic. It feels very much like you're doing it, you're excited, you're moving forward, and then you take a break, and then you come back to it. This actually gives you better perspective. So I want you to be aware that this process, sometimes you may be a little bit extra critical on yourself, like, why can't I just finish it? But actually that's not the nature of this product or project or whatever it is you're working on. It feels like it has steps to it, and you need to honor your energy and work with that energy. And it will be completed, and you will be on to the next. But I feel you have to honor the energy in each moment, because sometimes, we're just not feeling it, and that's okay. So you're working with your energy there. Now, the Hangman, it can indicate that some of you are just waiting and waiting until you're ready to leave a position. You may be putting your resume out there, finding new opportunities, and you may actually go for an interview where actually you are the star candidate, okay? But the way the interview is conducted, they're very strict. They're very logical. You can't even perhaps read their body language. They may also even look a little bit disinterested. But again, I feel this is like an interviewing technique. Pay close attention as to how you feel in the working environment. So, right from the very beginning, because the Fool card can indicate if you're going for an interview for something and you go into a building, the first kind of port of call will be either security or reception, and that will give you a measure of how things are run. If it's chaotic, if it's rude, if it's non-existent, for example, this can be an indication as to how people feel about the working environment. And there could be some low workers' morale, for example, or it could be like you intuitively feeling like, not sure if this is for me. Okay, so just be a little bit mindful there. I feel for some of you, you may even be kept waiting for an interview, and you may be like, okay, you don't mind like a couple of minutes, but it could extend, and you may be a little bit disappointed in the way that it's conducted. But I feel it creates space for the right role to come on in there too. Always be mindful about what you're connecting to, because it could be a measure of what is to come in the role that you're going to be tasked with long term. Now, of course, some of you may have been delaying a launch on something. So if you are someone who works for your own company, or you're an entrepreneur, a creative, whatever it is that you do, you could have been delaying a new start or delaying a new idea, and you're waiting for the right moment. And you could be documenting, getting new knowledge, getting everything in place. Some of you may even do like a soft launch to see how it goes. But I feel the next like 6 weeks, you're going to really launch it and see that actually it moves ahead. It's really well received. People love it and they want to invest in it, whatever it is. It could even be a new service that you provide if you're a service provider. For some of you, because we do have that Fool card there as well, there could be a contract or a service that comes to the end of its contracted date, and you may be either looking for new opportunities, because some of you may feel that perhaps it's outdated or it doesn't work as well as it should. This could be a subscription maybe you don't utilize anymore, or it could even be a service that you feel works intermittently, but it doesn't provide the service all the time. So it could be something you're unhappy with, and you may wait before renewing that contract. You may shop around and find a new provider to help you with a service. Now, services can come in many different forms. It could be literally down to like a technological package. For example, you can buy a laptop, for example, a new tool, but you need different packages to run that tool. So it can be that you utilize certain packages and maybe they're not helping you move forward or make progress, or you don't need it, so you may decide to end it and open up like new packages. For example, some of you may actually get new tools, because the camera is a tool and the Fool can be a new one. You could have been putting off a purchase, and I definitely see the next 6 weeks you will find discounts. So if there is a tool that you utilize or need for your business, you could be waiting and watching and observing, and then suddenly there is a discounted price. Okay, and I feel this is great because there's more money in your pocket than anyone else's. Now, because we don't really have any pentacle cards here, it's all cups. Okay, we've got the 8 of Wands there, though. It's about your passion, it's about your vision, and it's about the potential. You have star power here, but a lot of you could have been wishing for an opportunity that has not arisen yet. But I do see that there is an opportunity. And because you have 2 people here, these may be 2 people you have not met yet because they're in the resistance position. So these could be strong alliances when they go into the upright there, because they will. These could be strong alliances in your industry. If you're networking, whatever it is that you do, if you work for yourself, networking is important, building strong alliances. These could also be service providers or people that you're purchasing things off in order to do your business. So it could be a partnership that extends long term, and suddenly you're doing business over the years together. But also for some of you, these people could be like in some way responsible for getting your work seen. So this could be like an intermediary service. So for example, some of you could put your resume on like a platform where you could meet with some sort of like account manager that oversees your resume and sends you out for interviews to get work, sources work for you. For some of you, if you're a creative, this could be a manager, or it could be a publishing deal, or it could be an agent, for example, or a gallery, a publisher in some way. So please take it as it resonates. I feel that there's this energy here of you kind of like, no matter what you do, it feels like you have yet to be discovered. Okay, for your talents. It's almost like you're working away, it's hard, and then suddenly it starts to shape up, and now people are noticing. So I feel the next 6 weeks is about you being discovered in some way and you shining your light. Some of you could actually be headhunted as well, depending on whatever it is that you do, or poached from one company to another. But the star energy, it will go into the upright. I've already mentioned what it means in the reverse. That can indicate that you've been going through a testing time. Something that you've been wishing for has not been aligning, but there is a breakthrough here. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you've been struggling with something, I feel that suddenly you're aligning with your sense of purpose and you're locked onto a goal and you're going to make it happen. You know, this is an indication that some of you could be offered something with that Ace of Cups where it thrusts you into the limelight, either recognition for doing a great job. So this could be an award. It could be a service award. It could be a recognition, like a piece of good news. Could even be, for some of you, you know, a small bonus there or an incentive. Or it could be that, you know, you are going to pastures new and you're going to be recognized for your skill set, and they're going to nourish your skill set and help you grow within your industry. But you know, that star energy with that Ace of Cups, something is being offered to you to highlight what you're capable of, and you really rise to the occasion. Now it says hope, recognition, goals, dreams, fame, wishes, optimism, progress, and reputation. So I definitely see that your reputation is growing. Some of you could literally be entered into a competition for something, and it could be that you are lined up with people who are quite well known, and you really are a force to be reckoned with, and you're making your mark there. The star energy can also indicate that some sort of opportunity comes in to either allow you to be seen. So this could be like a public facing role, whether it is an opportunity to be famous and well known for your work, or whether it is your reputation increasing in your industry, being known for what you do, or people seeing what you do and what you offer, and you know, promoting your work, allowing yourself to be seen, peacocking your skill set, and being drawn to what you have to offer, and therefore, you know, your sales or your services start to increase there. You know, the star is also an energy of progress, and if you haven't been seeing progress recently, you're about to. Something comes in here which makes you feel more hopeful, and there are better returns on this as well. It really feels like the light at the end of the tunnel for some of you there. There's more optimism, and this is a Jupiter card, which means you're expanding in terms of your prosperity as well. But looking at the whole picture here, I feel like you're locked onto your goals. I feel like you're productive. I feel like you are very goal oriented. You're keeping your eye on the prize, and no matter the obstacles, I feel like you're moving through, but you are making some changes in your approach in order to move more smoothly towards your goals. You're working smarter, not harder there. Okay. We do have the Queen and King of Cups. Now, some of you, not all of you, because there is, you know, two people here in the resistance position at first. Some of you on a personal level may be going through something behind the scenes, either a separation or a divorce. Maybe that's why I saw the gavel there. It could be that you're going through some sort of legality behind the scenes. I feel that with that Eight of Cups, there is this energy of you moving on from this, you know, feeling a little bit bereft or let down by the situation at first. But ultimately, I feel like you're moving on and you're on to better things. I got to be honest with you, you're on to better things. The Ace of Cups indicates you will love again, for example, and I feel you'll meet someone who's more in alignment with your sense of purpose. So that could be happening there too. I'll send you a huge hug out there. So much love, because a lot of you could be healing from something as well behind the scenes. I feel a lot of you, because these people are in resistance positions, I'm just getting an energy here. Well, two energies. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. One is, it's really hard to remain motivated when there's no one cheering for you by the sidelines, you know, no one clapping for you, no one kind of like supporting you or celebrating your accomplishments. You don't need validation, but sometimes it's nice to know that people are cheering for you, or they're like kind of saying, good job, you know, or acknowledging that you're doing a great job. So that's one of the energies that's coming through. It's hard to keep motivated. So if you're doing something over and over again, and it's a repetitive cycle, that's really hard to keep bringing your A game and be excited about things. So it can be that Fool card is you trying to have a fresh new approach. You're passionate about what you do, but it can be that sometimes it's hard to remain motivated when you're faced with the same tasks and responsibilities, and you're not seeing either the goal in sight or the end game. You're just working towards something and you feel it's never coming, but it will be coming. There is a breakthrough here as well. Also, there is this secondary energy of like, you know, there's no support. You're doing this all by yourself. You're self-made, and you are going to break through those obstacles, or the doors that have been shut for you are going to become portals of opportunity for you there as well. Okay. And also, some of you, not all of you, but some of you, if you're having a secret romance in the working environment, the star is there, which means some of you could get caught. Okay, or be seen. And if you don't want to be seen, then perhaps that's something to be a little bit mindful of, but that's something that's coming through there as well. No judgment here. We have the Two of Cups. Some of you may literally partner up with a company or a brand deal, or maybe even someone in your family unit, maybe even your soul tribe. Some of you may be contemplating, setting up business together. But ultimately, when you have two people and you have a Two of Cups, this could be a deal between two people. And it doesn't always have to be that you're partnering up in business with somebody. It can be that you are partnering up with a social media platform in order to promote your work, because this is, a card where you're seen. So it could be that you go viral on something that you put up on a social media platform. People love what you have to say. For some of you, you could be like filming, because there is a camera there. You could be filming a day in the life of you, or you could be filming something about family or relationships or people, or you have something to say and people just have an affinity with this and like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I feel that way too. So there could be this energy here of you attracting people who understand what you're about and they want to know more. They want to invest in whatever it is that you're doing. It could also be that you have a product or a gift or a service that you provide and people love it and they talk about it, word of mouth there too. For some of you, something from your past. You could have created something and, it's one of the aspects of your business, but you've kind of like forgotten about it. Suddenly it may have a glow up, in the next coming weeks and months. There's a flurry of activity there. I mean, the Eight of Wands tells me the end of June is going to be super busy for you. It's going to really pick up pace. Maybe that's something that's seasonal, maybe not, but I definitely see here it brings in wealth because you have the tree there. If you're just wondering about your wealth, I feel a lot of you are thinking about second streams of income, but the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups are telling me that you're looking at what you're gaining and what you're saving and what you are spending on at this time, and you may be kind of like canceling out any frivolous spending at this time. Some of you may be looking at that because you're looking at long-term saving plans with this card. So for some of you, there may be a small increase in finances. Okay, this could be in alignment with inflation, for example, or you may see some of your investments like 401ks take a little bit of a more positive reaction to the markets. Some of you could also utilize the internet and go viral, because the star is to be seen. So I feel a lot of you, there is progress here because it is partnered with an outcome energy of an Eight of Wands, okay? But I feel a lot of you, this could be a creative alliance. I mean, I partnered it up with that Two of Cups. I shuffled the cards and the Two of Cups came out. So this could be a couple. So it could be either people have some sort of influence in your working environment, or it could be a deal that you finalize and it helps you make progress. Ultimately, it means you're going to love what you're attracting right now because the Two of Cups is an attraction card. It means there is an agreement, an affinity with the vibrations, and you're attracting something where there is reciprocity. You have a gift, a skill set, a talent, and it's going to match with a certain pay grade that you desire at this time. So it could be that you will partner up with the right deal at this time, or you're attracting something that you're really going to love, and the people that you care about will also be proud of you there as well. I mean, these two cards, they can be aspects of self. It can indicate that, you are destined to be a leader, but you may be in a certain position right now where you feel a stepping stone is required, or there's one step or one move before you really achieve whatever it is that your goal is. It feels like you're closer than you think. But also the Queen of Cups can be that, you have an understanding, you're intuitive, and you're trying to remove emotion out of the working environment. It can be that you're making some really logical moves right now and you need to make a decision about something, especially since the Hangman is there. You could be getting some knowledge, but you want to make this decision or this move without the emotion. Okay, you don't want it to cloud your judgment on something, but I definitely see here that you're making the right decisions, and reflecting on something before you make a decision is important. Also, you have Eight of Wands and Eight of Cups here, and eights are the number of wealth. So you may see lots of eights over the next coming weeks and months that highlight there's an opportunity to increase. I mean, some of you may be launching a business, or you may be launching a new aspect of your business and it's going to increase your wealth. Or some of you, there could be some opportunity offered to you that will help you staircase, and it means you have to walk away from something that hasn't been fulfilling or has been a little bit like you on autopilot for a while, and something new, inspiring and exciting comes in, and you let go of one thing in order to take the other. Because looking at your cards, you know, the Fool card is a fresh new start. Could be a course correction. Doesn't mean you're giving up on something. It means you've outgrown something and you want to try something new. You're in a very explorative phase. And the Hangman is a sacrifice. So it can indicate that two opportunities come in. You sacrifice one over the other. Or it could be that you're leaving something, which is a sacrifice, because the Eight of Cups is to walk away from something that is not fulfilling, and you're on a journey of discovery. You're letting go and you're seeking greater opportunities. And the Ace of Cups is something that's offered to you, but the Eight of Wands there is an advancement. It means suddenly you're moving forward, there's a lot of progress, but it may require you walking away from something or even delegating. So it could be that you're freeing up time. So either you're outsourcing some aspects of your business in order to free up time to be more creative, or you could be getting up earlier in order to complete something and then have more time for you in the evenings, you and your family. Or some of you may be taking like seasonal work or freelance work to kind of like sideline what you do already. It could be a side hustle or something creative that you're excited about. Now we do have the Snake. Now this is the year of the Snake, so that tends to be a really good omen. But it says here, you know, setback, temptation, envy, loss. I mean, the Eight of Cups is also a loss card. It can be that you've had to walk away from something, or that you have to let go of something. Looking at your energy, I feel like you're thinking about something new. And in order to embrace something new, it means you have to let go of the old thing. So it can be that simple as like you have a new contract with a new service provider, so therefore you've got to let go of the old service provider. Some of you, it could be that you let go of a client, or you finalize you know, a client's project, and you know, it's now the end of that business alliance, and you know, now you're on to the next. So it feels like you're letting go of something in order to embrace a new start, and it feels exciting. But I would say just be mindful of new ideas, to copyright them, patent them, trademark them, because, you know, there could be someone who is a little bit deceitful there for some of you, because we have the Star and the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups there. You may also discover someone in the working environment, or even someone personally, you may discover cheating. Okay, maybe there's an affair going on in the working environment. Maybe it's something that you've clocked and, you know, sort of logged in your head. And you're like, oh, okay. So it could be something that perhaps you witness in the working environment, and you may feel that this is getting in the way of the working environment, especially if you feel that they're not pulling their weight. So it could be something that you decide to expose because you feel like you are taking up more of the slack and they're just coasting or getting away with it. But also, I'm going to pull a quick card on that Snake, because I feel a lot of you, this could be a competitor. Okay, so just watch out for that, because it's really interesting. I get this energy that someone who is envious of your business or your talent or your skill set, I feel like they don't have the skills that a customer or a person requires. And as much as it pains them to send that client or customer in your direction, they acknowledge that you have the skill set that they don't have. Okay, so I feel some of you could hear of a rival sending business your way. Okay, and this could also be in the working environment if you work for a company. The Lover's card keeps showing up, so there's some sort of partnership or alliance there, and we've got the High Priestess. So this could be a couple. You know, High Priestess is caution energy. It's watch, wait, you know, trust your intuition on something. So I would say if someone wants to partner up with you, or something seems too good to be true in your working environment, just do your due diligence, because the Snake could be like someone who is not offering a good deal. For some of you also, I got to be honest with this, you could be working really hard, and of course you're doing the same thing every day, and there could be a person who actually is married or committed to someone else. They may make a pass at you, and there is a potential for them to kind of like want to cheat on their partner with you. in the working environment. And the Eight of Cups, it tells me that you kind of walk away from this, okay? But you may be a little bit wary or cautious of this person. So I just want to see what this snake is. But also I would just say a lot of you, there's a couple energy. I mean, it could be someone who has ulterior motives, who wants to work with you or, you know, partner up. Or I would just say, you know, keep your eye on things. Don't rush into anything. The Hangman is saying wait, watch, suspend any action. Just learn a little bit more about the circumstance. Read body language, for example. I mean, I don't see anything negative long term. Looking at the energy, it feels like you walk away from anything that would be unfulfilling for you, okay? Because the Eight of Cups is like, no, you know, actually that's not what I'm about. You know, this card can literally mean all that glitters isn't gold, okay? So it could be that you look for authentic opportunities elsewhere. So you may be offered an opportunity at some point where you feel, oh, this seems really great. And then when you find out a little bit more about the role and what you have to do and how it is going to completely drain you, and maybe it isn't even in alignment with your true path there, your true purpose, you know, you could decline it. Because looking at the energy, there's something in the next coming weeks with that Ace of Cups that feels more in alignment with your sense of purpose, something that you're going to love, but you kind of like let go of something else, okay? And also, some of these things could be that, you know, you are in a period of soul searching in your career and you're looking for the missing ingredient of your industry, and you may discover it. Maybe something that you kind of like investigate a little bit further. Ace of Cups, the universe supports it and offers an opportunity that actually is going to advance you in some way. Eight of Wands is news. It is a flurry of activity. It also indicates you may be required to make a decision on something, but you need to establish your priorities and commit to change on something, but don't do it too fast, okay? It can also indicate an opportunity comes in left field and you feel it's all happening a little bit too quickly, but you want to slow down the process, okay? Now, for some of you as well, this can indicate that a lot of you are working super hard to form your goals and shape things up, and you are working really hard in order to have a vacation, okay? Because that Eight of Wands can be a break, a quick getaway. And this getaway will give you an opportunity to reflect and really kind of like manifest new opportunities or, you know, see things from a different perspective. But we've got the tree there as well. So this indicates that there is a portal of change and opportunity there. And if you think about the nature of this tree, you know, normally it would present some sort of obstacle that's in the way that you have to go around. But as you can see, there is a way through. So a lot of you, if you've been going through a testing time or a challenging time, the way is through and it will lead to brighter times ahead. I definitely see there is a brighter future here for you. And it says here, longevity, health, growth, ancestry, past life, deeply rooted, expansion, and slow. So I feel like you are making progress. There is like a flurry of activity, but I feel it will stabilize and it leads to growth in your industry, but also better opportunities. You could be branching out literally in your industry, expanding on what you're doing already, and portals of opportunity to mix with the right industries or people or, you know, offers that are coming in. I feel the path is being made clear for you at this time. The obstacles are being removed. Also, I keep getting this energy of some of you may be invited to join like a prestigious club, or you're in the in crowd in some way. If you've applied for something that you've applied for quite some time ago, perhaps it didn't materialize or it didn't move forward, suddenly you're going to get news on that you've been accepted on something. I mean, for some of you, this could be like a prestigious university for training or learning something, or it could be a prestigious partnership in some way, a company you've always wanted to work with. For some of you, you could be launching your own business, and you know, some people behind the scenes may have said to you, you know what, that's just too hard, it's never going to work, or you know what, nobody can do that, it's really just challenging. But actually you're like, watch me, I'm going to make it happen, and you do, and it's going to help you thrive and survive. And I feel a lot of you will build long-term wealth and maybe even set up some sort of like generational wealth structure in your future if you haven't already. So, some of you, not all of you, because you got the temporary card there as well, you may trial something that is temporary, and you may like abandon it in favor of something else, okay? Or it could be that you trial a role. As I said, those of you who are looking for a role, I feel like, you know, when you go into a role, it feels like you're in that role for a short time and then you're elevated to something else. You get a promotion quite quickly. So it could be that there is a bit of a fast track opportunity there because you are someone who's very gifted and talented. But it says here, temporary. You may have many jobs before finding the one you love. Money comes and goes. Okay, now of course it'll come in, you'll pay the bills, of course it goes, but there is some sort of opportunity here you may be reflecting on, because that's a mirror and the hangman is a mirror. Could be that you're reflecting on launching a new industry prospect or idea or some sort of new avenue in your career that is going to literally multiply your wealth. For some of you, it could be that you're reflecting on the path that you're on right now and feel like it's time for change. So you could even approach a boss or a set of people, have an appraisal about your options in growing through the company. And I feel one of those people is a little bit envious of you, and they may not want to help you grow in the industry because they see you as a threat to their position is what I'm seeing, if I gotta be honest. Okay, so it could be that perhaps you do move into a different department, but I feel it's almost like you don't stay there long. It's like a stepping stone into something greater, because there's definitely greater ahead of you, okay? But it says here, magnify wealth, build your fortune by having multiple streams of income, expanding your reach. And I definitely see a lot of you branching out, expanding your reach and multiplying wealth. You know, we can have more than one purpose, but a lot of you, I feel it could be this sustainable money down the side, and then there could be something that is either temporary or your passion projects or something that you're gifted at that you do as a side hustle, but actually it could become your main squeeze and bring in way more money than the other role. So I just feel like you're looking at your options right now, and you're looking at the industry that you work in, seeing the challenges, noticing that perhaps you are unappreciated right now, but I feel like this is your moment. The next 6 weeks, you're being discovered. There's more activity with whatever it is that you're doing, and it is going to bring in more wealth there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. We got one. So we've got divine intervention there with the angel. I mean, for some of you, this indicates that you're elevating. Okay, it means that you're raising your vibrations. Some of you, it could also be that you're doing some sort of soul work, okay, to unlock an opportunity. You could be manifesting at this time, but also, you know, the angel tends to connect to divine opportunities, and you've got an Ace of Cups there. So I feel there is an opportunity winging its way to you, something that you're going to love, and it is divinely sent to you. It's time. Okay, you could even be removing a money block at this time, and maybe even angel wings are going to be a sign for you that things are going to increase and get better for you, that there is a breakthrough moment here as well. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thanks so much. I'm so grateful. My guides just said, don't forget about the temporary. This could be freelance. This could be freelance. So some of you may be taking a seasonal role, or freelance opportunities are coming your way as well. Some of you may even return to, you know, working with people that you used to work with on a project, especially if you're creative. This could be people loving what you do and sourcing you out and saying, hey, I want Aquarius to be on my team for this next creative endeavor because they're awesome. They bring their A game. So you could actually have that happen, and you're building an alliance there as well. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in some shape or form. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.